What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing all of the skull-related achievements in campaign of Halo 3. There are 13 skulls throughout the campaign, and there's an achievement for each. And there's also a Witch Doctor at the end, which is to find and claim all of the skulls. So 14 achievements in all are being covered here. If you're looking for the multiplayer skulls in Halo 3, which there are 6 of, you could click here for that. Otherwise, we're doing the campaign ones. The first one is right here in the beginning of the level, and it's right during the first encounter. You just run by the people, and to the right, go to the edge of the water, and it's sitting there on a rock waiting for you to pick them up. The next one is at the end of this level. Some levels have 2 of them because there's 13 skulls and only 9 playable levels. So this is at the end. You could easily get up here, as you saw I did. This is that building I'm looking at right now is the building that Johnson is stuck in, and you gotta save him from there. So just for reference of where I am exactly, this is at the end of the level. This is at the beginning of Crow's Nest, and there are 2 in this level as well. So you start off the level right in this room, and it's actually right above you pretty much. Just jump up here, jump onto this pipe, and it's right at the end there, just sitting there. That's an easy one. You have to be on normal to get all these, by the way. So make sure you're on at least normal. This one is also on Crow's Nest. You'll get to this section. You can see you want to crouch slowly off this ledge, and you see that arrow. And the skull is just right in here. This is kind of a unique section, so it's pretty recognizable. There's a bunch of drones flying around. Also, Cortana's freaking out. It's one of those sections. She slows you down. But anyway, this is Tsavo Highway, and right after you come out of that tunnel, and you're kind of on the open highway, you jump out and follow this path, and it's right down here, sitting on a rock. They're always sitting on rocks. I mean, whose skull is this? I know it's Keyes, Captain Keyes' skull, but I mean, who put it there? And why are there multiple instances of his one skull? I don't know. Anyway, this is the storm. This is also in the beginning of the level. A lot of these are in the beginning of levels, which is nice. But you want to wrap around here. This is kind of the first open area, and it's actually on top of this structure. So I parked my Warthog there so I could jump up on the Warthog and jump up on top here, and it spawns right here. It's not there yet for some reason. I was very confused. You need to make sure that the anti-air wraith to my left that I'm looking at now does not get blown up, because if you blow it up, the skull will disappear. I don't know why it didn't appear right away, but it's right there. So again, don't kill that anti-air wraith or the skull will not appear. The next one is on Floodgate. This is very easy, right in the beginning of the level. You'll come to these buildings that are on fire now, and there's a flood form that will appear up on the corner there, and you just shoot him, and he'll drop a skull, and you got to pick it up, and that's it for that one. Pretty easy. I remember it being a lot tougher than that, but back in 2007 when Halo 3 first came out. But pretty simple. This one is on the Ark. There's 2 on this level. This is the first one. We kind of came to a fork in the road. We could have gone straight, or we could have taken a right. And you take a right. You don't need to take that path. That's kind of a tricky show-off jump I just did, kind of. It's not that tough. But you just go over here, grenade jump, and it's right in here in this little brace thingamabob. The next one takes a little bit of prep work. It's also on the Ark. This is the big scarab battle. And you want to, after you kill the scarab, you can see it just blew up. You want to go into this structure in the middle of the area that you fought the scarab in and grab this grav lift, because you'll need that in a second to get the skull. Then you go up an incline and into the structure, and you'll fight your way through some rooms, and you'll come to this first hallway section that looks like this. Is the one you want. And you can see if you just walk into the lift, it won't put you high enough. But if you jump into it, it'll get you up to the tippity top, which is where the skull is. Again, it's the first hallway that looks like this. I think there's 2 hallways that look like that, but you want the first one. This next one is kind of in the middle of the level of the Covenant. Instead of flying to the 3rd whatever to take the energy shield down or the energy barrier down, you go to the 2nd one that the Arbiter already took care of. This is where one of the terminals is as well. You can see I was going towards the terminal. But I need to get the skull, which is right here. So a skull and a terminal right in this section. Pretty easy. It's right when you get the hornets, so. This one, I would have been your daddy, is at the end of the Covenant. So there's 2 in the Covenant. This one is the most involved. What you have to do is jump through the rings in a certain order. So the order is 4, 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. So you can see I just jumped through that one, which is 4. They are numbered by 1 through 7, obviously, but the 7th one is the one you start at after Truth is killed by the Arbiter. The one you're closest to after that cutscene is number 7. So you can see I went through 4, 6, and this is 5. You just jump up through the ring, and now I need 4, 5, which is back here. And we need to go to 3. And we're going. You can see I sped it up. Number 3, and then 4. So you need to jump through them. 4, 6, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4. And when you do that, the rings will light up. You can see they're flashing now. And that's how you know you have done it successfully. It's pretty easy. I've never messed it up. You just have to jump through them in the correct pattern. And then the skull appears right here, where you started after the cutscene of Truth dying. Again, the ring near Truth is the 7th one, and the one at the far end is ring number 1. So this one is pretty easy. You come to this room. It's usually full of a bunch of flood, but I already cleared it out for you, just so I could show you exactly where you need to go. And you just follow those jumps. One of those jumps is kind of tricky because you could easily hit your head and fall down. So just, clear the room out, and then you have all the time in the world. This last one is the easiest one, or one of the easiest ones. It's like Crow's Nest. It's right in the beginning of the level. You just walk into the cave, hug the right, and you'll come into this little crevasse, if you will. And there's just a skull hanging out. It wants to hang out with those rocks. It's like, hey, I'm a rock too. But it's not. It's a skull. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'll see you later for more achievements.